are. Thanks so much for being here tonight. We really appreciate it. So the title of our program is When the Gays Move into Mr. Rogers' Neighborhoods. We have been together for 22 years.
It's like 65 straight years when you put two gay men together for that long. Just so you understand, okay? We're here to share a perspective. We're here to share a perspective in lots of ways that is uniquely ours. We're here to share a perspective about our narrative and about our experiences. In the end, if you don't agree with us, okay. The one thing I love about higher education is the fact that you can sit in a classroom, watch a film, have 17 different interpretations of that film, and neither one's right, neither one's wrong. It's different. And in the end, we're not here to debate the principles of religion, debate the principles of whether or not it's biological or environmental. We can read a whole bunch of research studies that would affirm every one of those contexts. In the end, we're here to share our narrative. Because we spend a lot of time in our culture talking about values. Who has them, who doesn't, what value is correct, what value is not correct, but we never define what a value is. That visceral reaction, that perspective, that knot in your stomach, that's a value.
We're going to play a game. Some of you have actually played this game before. It's called the Words Game. I can assure you, it is not politically correct. Okay? We're going to say some things that, under normal circumstances, we may not deem appropriate. But that's a matter of opinion. You're going to share those words with us. If you share with us a word we have never heard before, we will give Linden State College credit for that word at any other place we visit for the next year. So now
The president will love you for this.
I will love you for this. Students, I'm counting on you. Okay? So, let's go with some basic words. Somebody raise their hand and give me a word. Yes? Faggot! Queers. Queers, very nice. Oh, some people are like, oh, wait, okay, I can do this. Wussy. Homos. Dyke. Another good, strong word. By the way, somebody just opened that door. All I heard me say was faggot and dyke. Candy bandits. Okay, so all of a sudden I've got all this student participation. Yes. Fudge Packer, there we go.
More. I looked at him, I sat down in his bed, and I said, hey, listen, I want to tell you something. I don't think it's going to work with Victoria. I think I might be gay. Ray's response was, that's gross. Jumps off of the bed, kind of pushes me away. He goes, that's disgusting. I'm like, no, it's not disgusting. I need to talk to you about this. I'm really confused. And he said, I think that's gross. And I looked at my watch and I realized, damn it. I have a midterm. So I looked at him and I said, will you promise me that we can talk about this when I get back? He said, yeah, whatever. Okay, I'm a boy who plays sports. The word faggot's like the word the. It doesn't bother me at all. In fact, faggot in residence halls gets thrown around so much that we're like, hey, give me a high five. No question around. I start to walk a little bit further down the hallway because my room's at the end of the hallway, and I hear, yo, fucking faggot! Okay, that's different. What's going on? And I slowly make my way down the hallway, and as I make my way down the hallway, people start to push me, people start to punch me. I start to go for my room, I open up my room, and all of a sudden they let everybody in my hallway into my room. And they had terrorized my room. They had turned everything upside down. They had taken my bed, taken it apart. They had taken everything out of my desk, thrown it around. They had taken everything out of my closets. 6:30, the fire alarm goes off. Now, if you live in a residence hall here, or you've ever been in a residence hall, we hate when the alarm goes off. We want to curse out who was ever there. So I got up and I was like, okay, whatever. Put on my pants, put on my hoodie, go to touch the door. I realized for the first time that the door handle is hot. And I take a step back because I don't really know what's going on. And outside my door I hear, yo, fucking flame or die! Yo, fucking homo! My friends had taken down every bulletin board that they could find in the large residence hall in which I lived. They took it all down, they put it in every front of garbage can, and they put garbage cans in front of my door and lit it on fire. p.m. Now, 6 p.m. in my parents' house is when everybody has dinner. So it's me, it's Victoria, it's my sister who had just turned 16, it was my mother, it was my father, and the dogs on the table where he belongs. And we're having a good conversation at dinner, going back and forth. And my mom and I are close, and I say, hey, Mom, can we talk a little bit later? And she said, you know what? I don't need any more secrets. You've already gotten pierced, you've already gotten tattooed, you've already gotten a 1.0. The only thing that could be worse is if you were gay. Yeah, Victoria's sitting at the table crying, you're gay. I'm like, I'm gay. And underneath the table, the poor dog's like, burp, like, what just happened here? I made a choice. I made a choice not to go home for 2 years. My parents came to visit me. We didn't talk about it. Okay, does everybody know what the GAP stands for? Just so you know, it stands for Gay Apparel Paradise. So the next time you see somebody wearing a GAP shirt, you can be like, hey, okay. It doesn't mean that, y'all. Just kidding. Okay. My mother, in the middle of the GAP, puts her hand out in front of me and pushes me back and looks at the gay GAP boy and says, what do you mean go out? The minute he said the word date, I knelt said Hail Marys for him and I stepped back as far as I could because I knew my mother was going to commit gay GAP boy homicide. She looks at him, she looks at me, she looks back at him, and she steps up to him and she says, fine. You can go out with him tonight, but let me make this clear. 1, you come in and meet the family. 2, this is where he likes to eat. 3, this is the movie he wants to go to. 4, this is not a one-night stand. And 5, tomorrow breakfast is at this time. My mother went from not talking about the issue to being the gay GAP boy social coordinator in 2 seconds of my life.
I am not the gay GAP boy.
Trust me, not even close.
When did you first know you were gay? When did you first know? Like we have a special gay day or something. Is there anyone here who has the courage this evening to come out as a heterosexual?
I like the fact that some people had to think about that.
I love that. Kindergarten, you got married to a boy under the playset. I see. Me too. Anyway, so I knew I felt different, but knowing it and admitting it were entirely two different things. And I walked to the other side of the kitchen. I'm gay. What did you just say to me? Tell me I'm gay. No, you're not. You find me a good woman to sleep with, I'll find you a good man to sleep with, and we'll compare notes. And you know, I decided it was time for me to tell my family. I told my mother. My mother cried. She bought a lot of books. You're a gay son a Catholic, out here you're a gay son. And if I'm afraid to be who I am to my students, what message does that send?
We have this thing. We can see other gay people. We have this thing called gay law.
I am now going to pick out all of the gay men in the room. Are we ready? Okay, here we go. We're ready? Let me tell you what's happening at this very moment. There are some young women in here saying, please don't pick my boyfriend, please don't pick my boyfriend, please don't pick my boyfriend. And there are a bunch of men saying, get your faggot ass away from me! All right, so we taught him what the symbol of pride, the rainbow flag. And so one day, we're with him, he's driving through a mall parking lot, and all of a sudden he sees a rainbow flag bumper sticker on a car. And he slams on the brakes, and he goes, Joe Bill, gay car! And we go, yay, Dad! And remember that our goal ultimately is to create an atmosphere that is welcoming, that is accepting. The words matter. Little things matter.